and then the booms at the end of the day are donated.
So I understand that hair is hydrophobic. Is that correct? Meaning that it doesn't absorb water, but it does absorb oil, right?
Yeah. So the booms, you can get water in, and if you lift it up, the water will sheet off, just like when you're shampooing your hair and you wring out, your hair doesn't just hold the water all day long. It'll let go of the water. And so basically, you know that the water doesn't wash off the oil, because if you ever tried shampooing your hair without shampoo and just with water, you know that your hair is still oily afterwards. You have to use something to release the oil. So hair is naturally buoyant as well. If you ever have had hair in your drain, it's because the hair floats and it's kind of the last thing, and it all clumps together and gets in a little bundle by your drain. But there are other things in water, and so when we make these booms, or when we make anything that's going to have to be in the water as opposed to being on the shore, we are adding flotation stuff to it, because there can be reeds and dirt and sand and all kinds of other things that will weigh down. Even though hair floats and oil floats, we want to make sure that the booms float, so that we can bring them in easy.
So how effective is hair? I mean, I think that there are synthetic alternatives that BP is using, and as you know, a comparison side by side, I mean, is hair really a viable solution?
Well, I think so. Basically, first of all, the thing about synthetic booms is that it's an industry, and people need to make money, and it's important that we look at industry as being an important part of society. I don't have any problem with that. That makes a lot of sense to us. But when you're using a synthetic product that is made by drilling oil to use oil to make something synthetic to clean up oil spills,
right, that
to me doesn't seem to make sense if there are other alternatives, especially a renewable resource alternative like hair and fur. And so then the next question was, well, is it that much, more of a superior product? Is it that much faster? And so, and we thought, well, maybe it is, because they have, huge research and development departments and have been looking at this for years. And basically what we're doing is stuffing hair clippings into a nylon stocking, so it's pretty low tech. So we decided to test it, and we put videos up on our website where you test oil-based synthetic boom next to just a boom made out of hair and fur clippings stuffed into a nylon, and then wrapped in a sleeve that is plastic. There is this plastic sleeve on top of it, although we could just take other things that float and stick it in the nylon stocking, but we do use the plastic sleeve over it. And I think everybody should look at it for themselves. It's at mattertrust.org, and it is, and maybe you can put it up on your video as well. It's very, very visual. It's a very, once you look at it, you'll see that it's certainly worth it to look at natural clippings.
Actually, I have seen your videos, and I will put them online on LuxEcoLiving.com along with these videos that we're creating right now, because it's pretty astonishing. It's pretty shocking,
It is. I mean, the synthetic boom floats, forever, but it's so bobbing so high on the water that that the oil, it takes quite a while to get in there, and it lets go of oil, and the hair is just incredibly fast. The thing too is that in a way they have different uses, because if your goal is to sop up the oil as fast as possible and remove it from the ecosystem, then it looks like the natural fibers make sense. If your goal is to kind of leave stuff out there and then come back and scoop it up later, then they both make sense, or the synthetic boom maybe makes more sense, just because it seems to float a really long time, although ours floated for hours and hours and hours and hours, and finally take everything away because we were in a public place. But it is, as the fishermen told us, you can make anything float. There's lobster buoys, there's ping pong balls. I mean, you can, we're getting donated pool noodles. Like, you can just chop up anything and make anything float.